Hello everybody and welcome to the Christmas calendar with Captain Future. Today I'm gonna talk about No, not Star Wars. We're gonna talk about the full moon. No, yeah, it was out there, but now it's cloudy. We're gonna talk about moon watching. Why should we watch the moon? The moon is very far away in human standards, and yet in universal standards very close to us. Yet, if I told you, go to the moon, you would go out in the woods and climb up the highest tree or the highest mountain, and then what? That is just how far you will go for, pretty much all human and history and any animal for that matter who has conquered, even conquered flight. The moon is very, very far away, but yet still, we humans went there almost 50 years ago. And the moon also represents a saying moonshot, and that's what I mean by that. They didn't actually know how to get there when they decided to go there. They formed NASA. They recruited a lot of creative young engineers that got free hands and a bucket load of money to do what they wanted with, almost to invent space flight and everything they needed to bring with them to actually go there. And watching the moon is not just about that, realizing you can do the impossible. Moon, they also puts you and your place in the universe at a good place. When it's full moon, it's very beautiful, and to go out in the woods at night or late at the evening to watch the full moon. And I usually do that every month, or I watch the moon every time I'm out in the woods. Of course, at night I have a dog, so I go there fairly often. But before I had a dog, I used to go out and watch the full moon every month. And just doing that puts things in perspective. Watching the stars, watching things that are way bigger than yourself, like waterfalls and mountains, and so that you become humble in your own place in the universe, and at the same time marvel at the wonder, at the fact that we are alive in a universe and a galaxy and a solar system and a planet that is so absolutely crazy, fantastic and unrealistic, or realistic for that matter, to be at. And another way to do it when it's no moon outside. That's my window there. Yeah. When it's there is no, and then it's cloudy, you can't watch the moon, is to watch a movie like Erik Wernquist's Wanderers. Have you seen it? It's narrated by Carl Sagan with a part from his book, The Pale Blue Dot. And if you haven't seen that video, I can really recommend it. I try to watch it at least a couple of times a year, and I recently found it again, so I've been watching it like 5-6 times the last week only. And you do that by turning off the music. I'll of course link it to it down below. You turn off the music, turn off the lights, put on a good headphones or a big or great stereo or something, and you watch this movie. And it's about where we can take the human endeavor. Where can we go as a human species in our place in the universe, our place in the galaxy, our place in the solar system, our place here on Earth for that matter. We have lots of challenges we can solve here. But why should we spend so much money going to the moon or even Mars then? Because by spending money and doing science and research and developing technology, but for the kind of resources and invention and science and tech we need to go to the moon or the Mars, we actually help ourselves here, because all that tech and research has done us very good back here on Earth, because we have to develop first the tech for sustainable living on Mars, and then the mindset of actually think about what is a sustainable living, how do we design that, and all about it tech and the mindset helps us solve our sustainability challenges here on Earth. So it's really good to have projects like this. Just think about how much money we spend on war and weapons of mass destruction and stupid things with no meaning, and plastic toys, of course. This is, well, we don't talk about this plastic toy, but there's lots of products and toys and stuff that we spend so much research and energy just for our own pleasure or leisure. And if we took just a fraction of that and spent that on a mission of Mars like we're doing today, we spend a very small amount of our total global product capacity and science and research on projects like that, or even developing cure for cancer and that. If we took a lot more resources for that, we will solve our challenges much quicker. So there's actually nothing to complain about. We spent way too little money and resources and time on projects like going to Mars and going to the moon and such. So that's another reason. So watch Wonders, watch the moon, and of course, in 2 days' time, there is actually a new Star Wars movie out. We hope this one is going to be a way lot better than the last one last year, because that was, visually good, but the story, what story? There was no story, and it was actually, we hope for the story in this one, and Star Wars is another cultural phenomenon that makes us dream and look to the stars and look to the Star Wars at least. So watch that together with other people and start dreaming about the future or past or whatever we can create together with all our time, resources and productivity we have here on Earth right now. So join me in watching the moon, join me in watching Wanderers, and join me in watching Star Wars. And there, if you don't like Star Wars, there's always Star Trek. The new series will be out in January, I think, and that's a really good one, I hope. Way better than the movie that was good in the first hour that then turned into a standard action movie. Star Trek has never been an action, it's been in what if questions and science fiction, and we hope the TV series will do that honor to ask the really good what if questions once again. Anyone here with me who says that Star Trek The Next Generation changed her life? I, for one, was totally changed in my youth by that series. And if you don't like that, there's always The Expanse that really is out on Netflix now. It premiered last December with some free episodes online actually, and season 2 will come in January as well with The Expanse. So check that out if you like Star Trek and Star Wars, or if you want an alternative to that. That's a really good science fiction series about when we colonize the solar system and asking a lot of what if questions. There are a lot of conflict of war, of course, and action, but also apart from the action, there are lots of interesting what if questions as well. So I see you moon watching, and tweet, Instagram, Facebook, all about it. Tell your friends that you're doing this as I do every time to raise the importance of these questions. And see you soon, my fellow moon watcher. This is Captain Future signing out from the Christmas calendar.